Hey there, this is Ken. I'm going to demonstrate first here using the project setup checklist that was provided in one of the lessons to set up a new project in REAPER. REAPER is my DAW of choice. Um, I like it. It wasn't suggested or it wasn't used in any of the class demonstration videos or class lecture videos, so figured I'd demo it. So the first thing to do is to set up a new project folder. Here's my project folder. This is actually where I put all of my Reaper projects. See, it's right in my user directory. You'll see that a lot of things are right on the top level, and a few have sub-project folders of their own. I'll talk about why that is in just a moment here. So this is a simple project where I've added one track. I haven't really added anything to it yet, but it's there just for the purposes of demonstration. So if I go and I do save project as, pops me into my Reaper projects folder, and you'll see that there are some important checkboxes down here. The most important one to make sure that you check, or at least be aware of whether you want to check it or not, is the create subdirectory for project. Now, if you choose create subdirectory for project from right here, it's the easiest way to set it up, I think. You can name your project file whatever you want. I'll do whatever. Peer review project week 2. This will give me a peer review project week 2 folder right in here. And then I can either choose to copy all media into the project or move everything straight in, as opposed to where it might be. So if I import an external file, an external audio track, if I choose move, it will actually, I believe, take it from where I'm importing it from and move it into this folder, versus copy, which is probably the better option if you want to reuse that audio, which is to leave it in place where it is and bring a copy in. And if you want to, you can convert the media to a wave format or BWV, which is actually or BWF, which is broadcast wave format, which is what I have here. So I'll go ahead and set that up. And of course, you can trim your media to a particular size if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and save that, and we'll see where it shows up. So now I have my peer review project week 2 folder. You'll see that just for the purposes of trying it out to see what would happen, I didn't check that create subdirectory checklist or checkbox for either project 2 or project 3, and everything was just dumped right in this top folder. That's fine if you decide to create your own subdirectory first. Just something to be aware of. So that's that. Pretty straightforward. Next is to set up digital audio preferences. So your two main option menus are options preferences, which is for Reaper as a whole, and your project settings, which are specific to this project, and that's what we want to start with. So first, to set your sample rate, you're going to go to project settings, which is the first tab. I have it set to 4800 already. I think by default it's actually set to 44100, which is obviously not what we want. So set it to 4800 or 48,000, sorry, hertz. Check your checkbox. Click OK, or not yet. Hop over to the media tab, and that's where we get to choose things like bit depth, which is what we want, 24 bits, and your sound file format. WAV or AIFF are both good choices. If you choose WAV, you also have the option of choosing broadcast wave format, which was recommended by the professor, so it's a good option. And of course, the file type was the third thing on the checklist under digital audio preferences. Now, to quickly go into hardware settings, now we move under the preferences for Reaper itself. There's a whole lot of stuff in here. If we stick right within audio and go to device, you have options for your input device and your output device. I don't currently have anything fancy hooked up to my computer, so I'm not going to say anything else here. This is my internal microphone. This is my onboard microphone. I mean, this is obviously Microsoft's Sound Mapper, which is an operating system specific thing, and output device is Sound Mapper, which is your default. So I'm not going to mess around with this right now because, like I said, I don't have anything set up, but it's all there. Your sample format, set it to 24 bits, whatever you like. Sample rate, set it to 48,000. And here's also where you set your buffer size. So currently it's set to 1024 samples. We want to lower that to begin with to 128 samples. And you can set the number of buffers you want. 8 is a good number. And with that, you should have everything pretty well set up for your project using Reaper. So thanks very much for watching.